What's up, guys? Welcome back to Between the Ropes. My name is Wesley. This is MacArthur and Hunter. And this week on Between the Ropes, we're going to talk about fantasy football and why you suck at it.
Says the guy that finished last in our league last year.
Real.
Depends on what league it was. Our league together, yes.
Our league.
In other leagues, I made
place.
the playoffs. Okay.
I finished in third in my second league.
But this week, we're going to discuss three things we're going to talk about. We're going to all have a sleeper, we're going to have a bust player, and we're going to have a breakout player. And I think we're going to start with our breakouts, correct?
I think so.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you guys go first.
I'm going to go ahead and go first. So, my breakout player, MacArthur's one of the players he absolutely adores. Some would say love.
It's definitely
even.
a Carolina guy.
It's Bryce Young.
It's Drake May.
Oh, bang!
The reason why I'm picking Drake May is he put out solid fantasy numbers last year despite not starting till October.
Yeah, once Gerard Mayo decided that Jacoby Brissett sucked, and he decided to actually give it to the best player on the roster.
Easy.
He showed that with like little to no game shakers around him
Facts.
to like
Big
support him.
And Gerard
a
Mayo.
questionable coaching staff.
That's a nice way to put it.
He improved those by picking up wide receiver Stephon Diggs
Yes.
Which I think is a good pick.
I think it's a
And-
great pick.
and offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels.
He
he
just
adds-
can't get away from New England.
No, he
No,
can't.
no.
He's always in some-
He's stuck there pretty much. But Drake May, he adds value with his legs and with the right help that they're seemingly trying to get him.
Yeah.
He could easily perform at QB1.
I like that a lot. I like that pick. If you watched my Instagram, TikTok, I don't think it's on YouTube, but
Plug.
my sleeper was at quarterback was actually Drake May, because not just because of the Carolina bias. I just think, like you said, I think the addition of Stephon Diggs helps a lot. I love Mike Vrabel. I'm a huge Mike Vrabel fan. I have been forever. So I love that pairing. Even though Mike Vrabel's a defensive coach, I really like the pairing of Drake May and Mike Vrabel. So I actually really agree with you. I think that is a great breakout player. My breakout player is also a second-year player, and that's Xavier Worthy.
Ooh.
Xavier Worthy got off to a really hot start
Yes, he did.
in 2024. I had him on my fantasy team as like an 11th round pick in our 8-man league, and that turned out to be great because I started him in week 1 at my flex. And but then he calmed down a little bit. He had some rookie moments. And I mean, this was a Chiefs team that was still very much Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Rasheed Rice in like limited time. But this year is the year, if the Chiefs offense is anything worth celebrating, it's going to be because of Xavier Worthy taking over as wide receiver 1, taking the targets away from Travis Kelce. Rasheed Rice, we don't know what that looks like for him legally. And he's also got an injury right now, I believe, right? And he hurt right now?
He's recovering from an LCL.
Okay, so he may not be on the field. And so I think this is Xavier Worthy's time. I loved him through the draft process. I loved him in his rookie season. He had some really great moments. I just think that he's going to be great. 638 yards, 6 touchdowns, 59 receptions. I am expecting a huge year from Xavier Worthy.
Well, and I mean, that is a great pick because last year, actually, in the other league that I'm in, for our Dynasty League, I drafted him in my first-round pick last year. And I'm so happy that he fell.
He might end up being the steal of last year's draft.
I-
For the value where Kansas City got him, I
Yes.
love
What,
that
late,
pick.
Super late first.
It was like
29.
29. Yeah.
I think he's gonna do great this year. Like you said, I think it's gonna be the last year of Travis Kelce in
I do
Kansas
too.
City. I think he's gonna leave, and
I think he's done in the NFL. I think
Yeah.
it's just his.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
he retires.
Yeah, and I think that you're gonna start seeing Patrick Mahomes trying to look for other weapons. He's
Yes.
Gonna start I mean, he's still gonna target Travis Kelce. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
Yeah.
But he's gonna have to start looking for other people he can trust going into next year.
I think this is a retool year for Kansas City as a
Yeah.
whole.
Yes. 100%
I don't think
agree
they'll
with
be
that.
bad. I mean, I think I picked the over for them in our,
Yeah.
our over under, but this is the time. It's not a rebuild. It's not because you have
No.
Patrick Mahomes and Andy
Yeah,
Reid,
it's just like you said. It's a retool.
but it's a retool. They're going to have to figure out their identity again,
Yeah.
and so I believe Xavier Worthy's a big part of that.
No, yeah. Well, kind of another second-year guy.
Oh my!
I picked Roma Dunze for the Bears.
Great pick. I love it.
Great.
I love
Phenomenal
Romo
pick.
Dunze.
The main reason why I picked him is because of Ben Johnson.
Yes.
Yes.
Ben Johnson
absolutely.
going to Chicago is just going to be fantastic for him. I think he's going to produce just great numbers. I think Ben Johnson's going to coach Caleb Williams. I'm not a Caleb Williams guy. Never been a Caleb Williams guy.
Yeah.
But I think that he's going to help teach him how to be a quarterback. I mean, look what he did with Jared Goff in Detroit.
Yeah.
He made Jared Goff look like a star. And I'm not saying Jared Goff's a bad quarterback.
Oh, no, Jared Goff is not bad.
But he made him look. I mean, he was an MVP candidate
Yeah,
last year.
he's definitely an accessory to his success.
For sure.
Yeah, and I think he's going to emerge himself. I mean, RIP the Carolina goat of DJ Moore, but I think that Rome's going to be the number one there. I think he's going to have 1,000 yards this year, and I think he's finally going to break out, and I think he's going to have a good year. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. You know, like this is my breakthrough.
I was higher on Romo Dunze than I was Harrison Jr. in Arizona. Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah.
I was much higher on Romo Dunze, and most analysts were not. They were Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison
being on Marvin Harrison was because of who his dad was.
Yeah.
Let's just and don't get me wrong, he's a great player.
He could be a breakout,
And
really.
I think he may have a good second year, but I'm just higher on Roma Dunze right now.
Yeah.
I've been higher on him since the beginning.
Yeah,
Really.
I think Chicago. I don't think they're going to win their division, but I really do think they're going to shock some people. I think Ben Johnson's going to have a great first year and have something to build off of going into his year two.
As long as they don't give up on him,
Yeah,
I think they'll be all right.
Yeah, that's another thing we need to teach some of these NFL owners is patience.
Was that a shot at anybody in particular, or
No
not
shot. No.
not at David Tepper at all?
No, Wesley, he doesn't throw shade,
No,
Especially not at David Tepper.
No.
especially not at Kendry Perkins.
But yeah, no, I do think that if they'll trust Ben Johnson, I think he can take them where they need to go.
Yeah, I do too.
In my personal
I like Romo Dunze. I think that's a good pick.
Yeah.
For sleepers, what about Chuba Hubbard,
Ooh.
Carolina Panther?
He had a great year and I don't want to say out of nowhere, but I did not expect him to have such a good year last year.
Yeah.
I didn't either, but maybe we should have, because
Yeah.
if you go from 2022 to 2023, he went from 466 yards to 902. Then he went from 902 to 1,100 last year, almost 1,200.
Yeah.
And that was with some missed games. Remember, he missed the end of last year.
Yeah.
He really wasn't hurt, but it was just kind of a precautionary thing.
Yeah.
To me, he's one of the best running backs in football. There is some bias there, but right now, on most fantasy rankings, he's being listed as RB 15 to RB 18.
That is
Really?
I think that's
ridiculous.
criminal, because to me, when healthy, Chuba Hubbard is a top 6 running back. I had him on my fantasy team last year. I kind of just picked him because why not? I picked him late, and
You picked him, he's a Panther.
I did, and he was there, and I knew that he'd be the starter, and I had him and Jahmyr Gibbs as my running backs, and that was a nasty 2-man.
Oh yeah.
Because
Sure.
my wide receivers sucked, but man, that 2-man of Jahmyr Gibbs and Chuba Hubbard was absolutely filthy. And even with Rico Dowdle, which is the reason that a lot of people are saying, oh, Chuba Hubbard's going to have a down year because they got Rico Dowdle. I actually think the opposite. I think because they have Rico Dowdle, it's going to give Chuba Hubbard some much-needed rest. Hopefully we can get some touches off of him because, I mean, I think he was running the ball 20 to 25 times a game, which is something that we like to do.
Yeah.
I mean, we did it with Christian McCaffrey.
Unfortunately,
We ruined his career. But so I think with the addition of Rico Dowdle, I think that duo is scary.
Yeah.
And I think Chuba is definitely primed for another 1,000-yard season. And I think his touchdown numbers could go up. I mean, he had 10 rushing touchdowns, 1 receiving touchdown. I think you could easily see him get 13 to 14.
Oh yeah.
I
For sure.
think he's gonna have a good. I think that's a good.
I think he's the engine of our offense. I really do.
Yeah.
Because we run the ball. We run the ball more than I actually thought we were going to with Dave Canales.
You watch Chuba Hubbard run the ball, and like yes, he has some short gains, but a lot of times he's plowing through defenders. He'll have a couple of people all around him, and he'll get 5-6 yards.
He's not like Derrick Henry, but he is, because he doesn't go down.
He doesn't stop.
No.
He keeps his legs
Which is
moving.
what a lot of analysts are saying about Amari Hampton. I'm big on
Yeah.
Amari Hampton
Yeah,
as well,
he's-
kind of for the same reason. They're not speedsters. Chuba Hubbard's not really a speedster, But I also just love Chuba Hubbard because when he came to Carolina, he was so bad. I mean, he fumbled the ball all the time. He was a bad player. And now to see what he's become,
It's fantastic.
his extension he's worth every penny.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for Chuba Hubbard. So I think he's my sleeper because I don't hear many people talking about him.
Yeah. Well, my sleeper is Cortland Sutton.
Mr. Consistency.
Yeah.
I love
Yes.
Cortland Sutton. He also just got an extension.
Yes, he did. He put up his best fantasy campaign since getting Sean Payton as head coach in 2023, finishing last year as wide receiver 13 after finishing a couple of years as wide receiver 25.
I didn't realize he was that high last year.
Yep. What's gonna be the deciding factor is he's going to rely heavily on Bo Nix coming in on his sophomore season.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
can't. Bo Nix cannot have a sophomore slump.
Yes, that's exactly right. And
He can't because I picked him to win the division.
yeah,
Right.
from week 8 to week 18 last year, he turned up the heat. Bo Nix did and finished at QB7, which is saying a lot coming from a rookie quarterback. And
That wasn't named Jaden Daniels.
yes, really. And a lot of people are expecting extended success from Bo Nix coming into his sophomore season, but Sutton is going to be a huge target for Bo Nix, almost like an Adam Thielen to Bryce Young.
I was about to say the exact same thing. That's what Cortland Sutton is to me. I think he's Bo
a
Nix's safety
good-
blanket.
He's a good veteran wide receiver
Yeah.
who knows the game, and he'll go out there and make space and create passes.
I think that's a great pick.
I like Cortland Sutton a lot. That's good.
He's going to be a great PPR player.
I'm about to say in PPR leagues, he's definitely
Yes,
going to.
he's going because
That's true.
He's going to be racking up receptions. Like Adam Thielen, he had some good weeks.
Oh,
Like he had a couple of weeks. Bryce Young's rookie year, he had 20+ points. I had him.
I had him last year, and he had some. Once he came back from injury, he had several
Yeah.
games where he
Yeah.
had 17, 19 points. I mean, that's a solid flex.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a very solid.
I mean,
flex.
that's a great
Yeah.
flex
Yeah.
and even a great wide receiver too. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. I think Cortland Sutton is the Adam Thielen of the Denver Broncos.
Yes, for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna kind of stay in the same position that I was in earlier. I'm going. My sleeper is going to be Ricky Pearsall,
Ooh,
and
That's an interesting one.
I like
the
that
reason
one.
behind it, Debo's gone.
Yes.
I think that's a good thing.
Brandon Ayuk still dealing with a torn ACL.
Yep. It's basically him and Jawan Jennings.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
CMC if he's healthy.
Yeah, I hope he
And,
can.
I
be.
mean, granted, last year Pearsall didn't get the start at first because he did get shot.
yeah,
That was-
that'll do it.
That'll kind of push you back a couple weeks. But when he come back over the year, he had 31 catches on 46 targets. He had 400 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns, which is not a lot. But I think he's going to fit in well. I think he's going to be a good weapon for Brock Purdy. And I just think he's going to have a good year. I mean, Shanahan's a great offensive head coach. He knows how to put players in certain positions for them to get catches, get yards, and touchdowns. And I really do think that Pearsall is going to be a good
another
target.
good PPR.
Yeah, I
player.
think he's going to be a
For
great
sure.
PPR player.
For sure. Because he plays a lot of slot, doesn't he?
Yes, and I just think, in my opinion, that there's not a lot of weapons for Brock Purdy.
Yep. And he's going to have to become that.
He's gonna have to become that.
If the 49ers want to have a good offense, I agree. I think
Yeah, because you can't constantly run the ball with Christian McCaffrey. As much as I love the guy, I do.
his days of touching the ball
But
19 to 20 times are over.
He's
Yeah.
slowly starting to make his way where he's probably going to end up retiring soon.
I
Yeah.
think so too, unfortunately.
But I do think that Ricky Pearsall can run the ball. I mean, he ran
can.
the ball a couple times last year.
I think he's a jet sweep target
So,
for
I mean,
sure.
he could end up
Yeah.
being like Debo was in San Fran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's got a chance to pop out this year, and I think I'm gonna try to steal him in our draft if nobody takes him from me.
It's not. That's really not a bad pick at
Can't
all.
post this till after our draft.
Well, when you're watching this, we're gonna be all together doing our fantasy draft for the year. So, the only people that are gonna know who I'm picking are you two.
Yeah.
So if they're not back next week, it's because I killed one of them.
I'm
Whoa,
not taking, I'm not
whoa.
taking notes at all over here.
No.
Well, let's move
wild.
on. Let's move on to our bust. I'm gonna save mine for last because I don't want to.
Okay.
Hunter, why don't you go?
Us off. I'm going back to somebody we talked about earlier, and we talked about one of your picks, Rashee Rice.
Yeah.
Rashee Rice is coming off an LCL surgery, and again facing potential suspension for what?
Whoops.
For the oopsie.
That's what we'll call it, an oopsie.
It was a big oopsie.
Bad
It was a
night for
big
Rashee
oopsie.
Rice.
It was a very big oopsie. But he has target competition with Xavier Worthy,
For sure.
Hollywood Brown,
Yeah.
and Travis Kelce.
Yes.
Though I think Kelce, then again, we've said it before, we think Kelce will have a slump. He's going to start.
You also
declining.
have to factor in Noah Gray, the tight end, the
Yes,
backup
yes,
tight end. He's
Noah
low key
Gray.
nice.
He got lots of targets early last season because Brown was injured and Worthy was still trying to get acclimated to the NFL.
Yeah.
And he hasn't shown much in Kansas City with like a full strength offense. Like they've had all their weapons out there. Whenever they're all out there, he's just a Joe Blow pass receiver.
Yeah.
Like the first 3 games of last season, he was targeted 36% of the time.
Yeah.
And after their wide receivers started coming back, Brown and Worthy started to get more acclimated, you saw his percentages started to decline.
Yeah.
You can just see a massive drop off in production for Rashee Rice year 1 to year 2, and a lot of that was the LCL and his recreational activities. But when you look at year 1, I mean, 938 yards, 79 receptions on 102 targets, 7 touchdowns. I mean, he low-key was that guy that we were looking at like we're looking at Xavier Worthy right now.
Yeah.
Like, this guy could break out. This is a guy you might want to have on your boards.
Yep.
And now he's got competition. And Xavier Worthy, I believe, is a much better player.
Yeah.
And I believe he's a lot smarter with his
Yeah.
Recreational activities.
with the law. And so I believe that Rashee Rice is not going to have a good year. I don't know how much he's actually going to be on the field. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, because doesn't he have to spend like 1 night a month in jail?
Something like that, yeah.
That's just wild to me. Yeah, I think you picked a great bust because
I don't even know if we can call him a bust because, like, how many people are actually expecting, like, an 1,000-yard season from Rashee Rice?
There's somebody out there.
Oh, there's definitely somebody out there,
They're
but I
probably
want to
wearing a
know who
Chiefs
it
jersey
is.
right now, but I'm sure they're out there. But yeah, I think that was a good pick. I do think you nailed that one.
I've got somebody that we talked about a few weeks ago, and that's Dak Prescott. I'm seeing a lot of people. I'm seeing mixed
Hold on.
reactions.
Did you hear that? Did you hear it?
What?
I think you just made a Cowboy's head explode.
All 5 Cowboy fans that are actually true Cowboy fans and not just Lakers and Yankees fans are freaking out right now.
They simultaneously exploded at the same time.
But Dak Prescott, I'm seeing a lot of mixed reactions with him. Because on one hand, you've got people that are like, oh, he's a sleeper. George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb.
Yep.
And yeah, that's a great 2-man.
Yep.
If George Pickens doesn't lose his mind.
And doesn't fight for the ball and fight some DB downfield. Yeah.
Be a cancer in the locker room.
Yep.
CeeDee Lamb is going to get his.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
of
yeah,
course.
And CeeDee Lamb is a great pick. Early
Yeah.
pick. I mean, he's top 7, I would
Yeah.
say. Dak Prescott worries me. He's 32. He missed a lot of last year with injury, just 8 games played.
Yeah.
Not even 2,000 yards, 11 touchdowns, 8 picks. 29th in QBR. I'm not a big QBR guy, but numbers don't lie. I just don't believe in this Cowboys system. I don't believe in what they're doing as an organization. He just got a massive extension. I don't think he was worth it. I don't.
You mean you don't trust Jerry Jones, the Godfather of
The
football?
guy that's not gonna pay Micah Parsons. No, I don't trust Jerry Jones.
Oh, I have a funny thing about that. So you know when he's probably going to pay Micah Parsons?
When?
Right before they play week 1, when it's supposed to be about the Eagles debuting their banner, and all we're going to talk about after they play that week is the Cowboys have extended Micah Parsons right before they played.
I really don't know that they have the money to pay Micah Parsons. I really don't.
But I'm telling you, that is a Jerry Jones move because
It
nobody's
is.
talking about the Cowboys. It's all about the Eagles with their banner, and then he's just going to be like, you know what? Let's just give Micah Parsons some money.
That's not. Yeah.
That's a Jerry Jones
But
move.
back to Dak Prescott. I don't think he's gonna have a good year. And actually, hot take, I believe by the end of the year, we might be seeing Joe Milton get some snaps at
Really?
QB1 because I really like Joe Milton. I was actually kind of nervous when the Patriots drafted him and he was doing so well in training camp. He was worrying me a little bit because it was like, oh, Joe Milton might start over Drake May.
Yep,
Yeah.
I remember that.
And I believe in a Drake May-less world over in Dallas that there's a world by week 12, week 13, we could be having a discussion. Hey, does Dak Prescott still need to be QB1? Maybe we go to Joe Milton. Maybe we give him a chance. Brian Schottenheimer is going to have to save his job somehow because you know Jerry Jones is going to be impatient.
Yeah.
He's going to do what Jerry tells him to do.
He is.
So,
But will Jerry Jones be telling him to bench Dak Prescott? And even if he doesn't, I just don't expect a good year from Dak Prescott. I really don't. I don't think Dak's going to have a good year.
I'm going to play devil's advocate with you. What if Dak comes out and does revenge tour and just absolutely kills it?
Then I'll look like the biggest idiot on the planet.
I'm just saying, and I'm not a Cowboys fan by no means. I do not like the Cowboys at all.
I'll look like Colin Coward.
But, LeBron, go
We're all
home.
good. Dak, we're all good here. Joe Milton's here.
But no,
You can go.
I really do. I'm just saying, it could happen that, and I'm not a huge Cowboys fan, but I'm just saying it could happen. Dak Prescott could go on a revenge tour
He
and
could.
have an MVP season, lead the Cowboys.
Whoa!
No, just hear me out. Lead the Cowboys to the playoffs, lose first round.
Yeah, they're not making it past that.
I'm just saying, and do I think it's going to happen? No. But there's always that chance that you just.
Can I be honest? I also don't love the Cowboys' new and improved offensive line. Like, I'm just not that crazy about it. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. But gone are the days where, I mean, remember, they had the best
Oh, they had the best
best
O-line
league-
for years.
best O-line in the league for a long time.
For years.
Long time during Tony Romo and even early Dak Prescott.
I think we could have been a running back in the day, and we could have
I could have gotten a
ran
yard.
behind that O-line because that O-line was filthy.
I might could get a yard.
You might could.
Maybe. Who's your bust?
I'm gonna go with somebody that just recently got an extension this week, James Cook out of Buffalo.
Wow.
I
disagree with that.
and this is why he's going into his fourth year, right? He had a career year last year where he had 16 rushing touchdowns, led the league in rushing touchdowns, had 2 receiving touchdowns. You know what his career numbers are for total touchdowns rushing since he's been in the league?
What's that?
20.
So he had
And
2
he had most of them
each year.
last year.
He did.
He's also a 3-headed. He's a good running back, but he's a running back by committee. There's 2 other running backs in that room, and you also got Josh Allen who runs at the goal line.
Yeah.
He does. Which I think that's why he didn't have many touchdowns, because if you look at his numbers from the year before last, he had 1,100 yards. So
Yeah.
he still produced.
Yeah,
He
let's
just
see.
didn't get in the end zone, which may not make you a fantasy great player.
Yeah.
I mean, you still get great points off of yards, and all that if you have a good year like he did at 1,100. I mean, he had more yards in 2023 than he did in 2024. It's just he
Yeah.
got in the end zone a whole lot more.
Well, he was 19th among running backs for carries, and it's because, like I said, he's a starter in that room, our running back room, but there's a running back by committee, and he might get them down the field. He might have 20, 30 rushing yards a drive, but when they get in the red zone, they're giving it to another running back or Josh Allen's running it in. And for me, that's where you score most of your points in fantasy with running backs is touchdowns. Also there are PPR leagues, but also I think he signed that big extension, and I just don't trust him off that big extension. I don't trust a lot of players off a big extension.
So do you trust Chuba Hubbard then off the big extension?
Because I'm a Panthers fan, yes.
If you were not a Panthers fan, if you were
If I was
if
not
you were a
Panthers
Ravens fan,
no, I would not.
really?
I can agree with that.
And the
one.
only reason I say that is because 9 times out of 10, the year that somebody signs an extension, they play like crap.
That's true. I think James
now,
Cook is
Now
different.
maybe next year
He comes back.
I would not put him as a bust next year. Maybe he comes back, But I feel like once you get that first big paycheck, you're like, oh man, I worked my tail off to get here.
I
made
can
it.
chill. It's time to go
kinda-
Cancun.
just like job security blanket. You're like,
Yeah.
So
I've got a 4-year contract, 48 million. I'll take it.
I believe if James Cook has another great year, 900 to 1,200 yards,
Yeah.
and the Bills produce at the level that I think they're going to produce, I believe
Yeah.
they'll win the AFC.
I do too. And like I said, I'm probably gonna get roasted in the comments. Somebody be like, that guy doesn't know ball, and I don't care what you think. But I may be eating crow at the end of the year. I mean,
I think you might be eating crow by week 4.
honestly,
and I might
any
be.
of us,
might be, but
could
this
be.
is just my pick.
I don't
And-
think you're going to be eating crow with Rasheed Rice.
No,
I think that's a fine
I
pick.
think
I think you're
good
safe.
there. But I don't know. There's a lot of players we could have put on the bust list.
For
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, I was reading earlier, and I'm not going to say this guy's going to be a bust, but I saw a couple Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I'm not big on Patrick Mahomes for fantasy
Yeah,
anyway.
he's not a great.
I mean,
fantasy
he's
quarterback.
fine.
He's been halfway decent.
One of our friends literally takes Patrick Mahomes in the first round every year.
Well, he is a Kansas City fan, so
But I don't understand. Just because I'm a Panthers fan doesn't mean I'm taking Bryce Young round 1.
No,
yeah.
I think anybody.
You
who
got to
does
have logic
it-
here.
If you're not in like
And he's won the league 0 times.
if you're like in a QB Superflex league and you draft a quarterback in the first round, you're probably gonna lose.
I don't like that idea. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
Like if you're in a Superflex dynasty league, like another one that I'm in, we drafted quarterbacks with first, second, third, like the first 8 picks of quarterbacks, and that's because
You can have 2 of them.
you can have 2 quarterbacks, and why not?
Why not have Lamar and CJ Stroud?
I learned that after my first year of fantasy football, picked a quarterback round 1. I was like, where are all the wide receivers and running backs?
You got nobody. I mean, most quarterbacks are going to put up 15 to 20 points a game.
Yeah,
But
but because there's somebody that touches the ball every snap.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think, and there's a lot of people you could have put a bust. I mean, some people have said Baker. Some people have
I
said
like
Bo
Baker a
Nix.
lot for this year.
Um,
Bo Nix is questionable, but I think he'll be fine.
Somebody I was reading even said Saquon Barkley.
Nah.
And
If he stays healthy,
if
no.
he stays healthy, there's no way. Am I worried about the Madden curse? A little skeptical
Little
about the
bit.
Madden curse. But I think he'll be fine. But like I said, everybody's got their own bust. Everybody's got their own sleeper. Everybody's got their own breakout player. It's an opinion.
And that'll end this week's episode of Between the Ropes. Follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, wherever you watch your podcast. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok. Let us know, who do you have as your sleeper, bust, breakout for fantasy football this year? We'll see y'all later. Have a great day.